Hello, I'm Lineke Lijn, and in this video we are going to draw a aeroplane. And they seem kind of simple to draw, but actually it's kind of hard. But I find a way to make this easy, to put the aeroplane on the paper with little helper lines, so everybody can start this even when you are a beginner. So let's get started. This is the Airbus as I've studied it from the internet, and you can see the main lines that are very important to draw this aeroplane. Here are the thrusters. I've drawn simple lines to downwards to be able to see how big everything is. For instance, the cockpit is taking little space here, and I need to know where the center is of my aeroplane. Mainly there are two parts divided, and then the wings are sticking out a little bit. This is the aeroplane as we are going to draw it. I want the aeroplane to be bigger than my example, so all you have to do is draw lines that are spread out. This is my main line, through the middle of the center, and from that line the lines are widened out. These are the lines I'm going to draw. You can do this on any plane. This is the line where all the little windows are going to be. But first I draw the center line. Then I decide how big my aeroplane is going to be. So I place lines that are going out broader and broader. Once I've done that, I take the line of the little windows and I decide this is 11 centimeters. So I make 2 points of 11 centimeters and then I draw my window line. Once I have this line, I can easily put the top line and the belly line of the body of the plane. Now all I have to do is make the lines to the tip of the nose, and they are easily put in. This is where the windows of the cockpit will be. Now I draw the part where the wheels are hidden once the aeroplane is up in the sky. It's a bit rounded and it needs that space for the big wheels, and it's really necessary to draw this in. I've drawn the line for the tip of the tail, so now I can easily put this in and make it connect to the body. Also the side wings of the tail I can put in now. Now I place the line towards the belly. I can see that the right wing of the plane is higher than the body. Also, I see a line where the little, kind of like wings on the below the main wing. There's a space between the lines, so the wing is kind of rounded. Then I put in the 4 little underwings. I'm not sure how they are called. I call them underwings. Maybe if you know how they are called, please let me know in the comments below. This is also an important line. It's the line between the 2 thrusters, the motors of the plane. So I put this in to decide where the motors will be. They're kind of like barrels. Now I can also see the line of the other wing, the left wing of the plane. This is where the wing is connected to the plane itself. And these are the 2 lines in between where the little windows will be. And I also put in the door where the people can step in. Here's some kind of a hatch. And here are all the little windows. I only put in little shades. Underneath the other wing, there are also those little wings, so I put those in too. There are 4 of them. As we are drawing along, you can put in little details, like the inside of the motor, of the thruster, and I can do that on the other one too. Here and there I already start to shade in a little bit. Here is where the plane is painted, and I like that line, so I'm going to use it for the plane I'm drawing now. And as an artist, you can always decide to have your initials on the tip of the tail and to make it look like it's your own aeroplane. So I've put in 2 letters L for Lineke Lijn. Here is a sort of hanging system for my right thruster. And I also put it in. I take the darkest of this motor on the middle of the motor itself. It makes it look kind of rounded. Underneath the big left wing, it's the plane's right wing, there's a dark line. I also put that in and I'm already shading this in. These lines should be rather straight. I made them a bit round, so now I'm correcting this and I'm also putting the shade in. Now for the other thruster, I also place the darkest shadow in the middle of this thruster. And underneath the wings I put in the shadows. Here I can also see a line, and it's from the part of the belly, and I need that line to make really extinct where this belly goes. Once you have that, you can already put in some shadows that are on that belly. You can see I do not put in the shadows to the end of my drawing, like to the contours, but I keep the shadows in the middle. This is an eraser pencil, and with the eraser pencil you can erase little small parts. The tip of the wing is very dark, so I put that in very dark. Keep building up the darker areas. Just start out real soft, and then as you go along you can make the shadows grow darker and darker if you want them. But please start out as light as possible. Do not put a lot of pressure on your pencil, but just a little bit, and then just keep going over it and over it until it darkens out. The lines between the little windows I can now take away. Now the most important part of drawing an aeroplane, that is its surrounding. If you want the aeroplane to stand out from the sky, you will have to put in a lot of sky. I'm using a 6B pencil for this, because it's faster than my filling pencil. And then you carefully go around your actually drawing. So go in very carefully around the edges of your aeroplane and then fill in the rest of the sky. You can also place darker sides now inside your aeroplane, because now you have the surrounding sky and you can feel the gradients of darkness. I will now have my music take over a little bit as I continue to shade in the background and the aeroplane. I'll be back with you in about 4 minutes. So far I've been drawing the sky, and what I'm doing now is I put Lineke Lijn on the side of the plane. You can take your eraser pencil and then simply draw in some letters and make your name appear on the aeroplane. So you take out the letters, and then with the pencil you can draw alongside the parts you've erased. What I'll be doing next is I take a paper cloth, and then I'm trying to shade in every bit of sky around the aeroplane. Be very careful not to mess up the actual plane, and only diffuse the sky around it. When you messed up your drawing a little bit, you can always take an eraser and then take out the whites again. You can see the line of the big wing. I want that to be white, and I do not draw a dark line around my wing. It will flatten it out. Now I take my eraser pencil again, and I'm drawing in some clouds. I want the sky to be a bit more dynamic. So if you only fade it out with the paper cloth, it's kind of flat, and once you take an eraser, you can draw in little white lines. Now it appears that the aeroplane is really going through the sky. Then take out all the rubble of the eraser, and then you take your fine liner filling pencil, and you can then shade in a bit of the sky between the white lines you've drawn with your eraser pencil. It makes the sky look very lively and very realistic. And we really need that sky for our aeroplane, because we want it to be high up in the air, and you can only make that appear that way if you have a sky that is, well, it should be dynamic, and it should be kind of realistic. You can make the sky as dark as you like and as dark as you need it. Here I'm shading in a bit extra, so the side of the wings looks extra white. Now I put some more attention to the Lineke Lijn logo. It's nice to have an aeroplane of your own, and when you are an artist you can make your own aeroplane if you want. It's kind of cool. For so far this drawing, I love to draw this aeroplane and I wish you all the luck in the world with it. And should you have any ideas or some kind of thing, please let me know in the comments below. And I wish you all the luck. Take care and bye bye.